And so, Andy, where are the Mets kicking the tires right now?
Well, they're kicking the tires everywhere, Steve. Literally, if there is a reliever on the market, the Mets have had discussions or expressed interest in them. And I wrote about this yesterday. This is kind of my main point, in that they've at that point, Aroldis Chapman was still out there. They'd expressed interest in him. Chapman preferred to go to a smaller market, having already experienced New York. That was one of the reasons why that didn't work out. But right now, look, they've talked to Hector Neris, they've talked to Wandy Peralta, and they've talked to Ottavino, who opted out of his player option, but is a possibility to come back. Ottavino said just the other day publicly that he'd be willing to come back too. So these are three guys. Look, the first two are more likely Yankee targets given where the Yankees are at, and in Peralta's case, their history with him. But the Mets have talked to both. I don't see Ottavino going back to the Yankees. I see him, if he comes back to New York, it'd be more of a Met. And David Stearns is very good, and the people he's brought in are very good at identifying pitchers that we haven't heard of yet. So I'm not saying it's going to be one of these name brand guys. But what I will say is those are three guys that they've talked to. All of those guys fit on the budget. Even a guy like Neris, who's got championship experience, who's got big market experience in Philly and Houston, you could have him for between $7 and $11 million a year on a 1 or 2 year deal. And with the Mets having about $10 million-ish to spend on the budget for the roster this offseason remaining, all of those guys fit what they are willing to spend still.
Dave, of those three that Andy just mentioned, or even if there's anybody else out there, is there one name that you would target that stands out to you if you were the Mets?
I like Peralta a lot there. You know, I think, as Andy mentioned, his cachet already pitching here with the Yankees. And during his time here as well, you saw him, he was one of Aaron Boone's most trusted guys. I mean, he got a lot of big outs for the Yankees, and there are many times where we're like, man, he's going to Peralta again, and somehow this guy would stagger to the mound from the bullpen and come in and get a big out for them. So, you know, while you don't see that, you know, dominating, overwhelming stuff there, the mindset, the ability to get those big outs on that stage is important in this market.
He's got a big set of guts.
Yeah, yes.
He's
100%.
The arm too. Like, my arm hurt looking at him sometimes.
Yes.
But apparently his arm was actually fine because he kept being effective.
Yeah. 2.82 ERA over parts of 3 seasons with the Yankees. Mets still looking to round out that bullpen here in the final few weeks before spring training.